Hey team, and welcome. I'm your host, Carrie, creator of Mother Life, your destination for all things real talk and parenting. This is the IRL group chat, where we talk about the wild balancing act of pursuing careers and passions while also doing our best to show up for our kids. Join me every week as I sit down with some badass parents in my closet and we talk about their careers, kids, and relationships and all of the weird shit that comes up when you're trying to balance the seemingly impossible. Resistance. Literally refusing to accept or comply with something. Whatever age your kids may be, I guarantee you've witnessed them resist. With gusto, even. Nap time? Resist. Matching sibling outfits? Resist. Broccoli? Resist. Kids have, from a very early age, an instinct for resistance if they feel like something goes against what they believe to be right. As we get older, though, resisting gets much harder. We have more to lose, more social pressure to go along and get along. And really, not resisting in the short term can often just be the easier, safer choice. Bummer for us, it turns out that going with the flow and complying does not a changed world make. Lucky for us, then, that having kids can often be the thing that re-engages us, that makes us want to resist again, to come outside of ourselves, to refuse to sit quietly by while policies, people, institutions hurt the people we love. This week's guest has gone on this very journey, being galvanized to do her part to advocate for a better world, even at the cost of her career at times, because a bright future for her son is worth the price. Whitney Wagner Hartley is maybe on the face of it an unlikely member of the resistance. She's a retired model, a wellness and beauty influencer, and has become a vocal critic of the MAGA and MAHA agendas. Her videos have amassed millions of views, where she both crushes a skincare or makeup routine while also explaining in very accessible terms how our consumer dollars and how we decide to use them can be an act of resistance. Enjoy. Is there anything up front you don't want to talk about?
Nope.
Okay.
I have to, if anything, keep myself
tamed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How would you rate yourself on doing that in general?
Not great.
Well, let's talk about it.
I'm gonna be. I'll be okay.
Okay. If you want to be an angry white woman on here, you can. You can be whoever you want to be in the closet
Until I come out.
Until you come out, and then you get to be a whole new person.
Correct.
Welcome to the closet, Whitney.
Thank you.
As we've discussed, this is a really important friend date for us. Initially, when I started this podcast, I was like, this is going to be me having conversations with strangers about sort of their parenting and career journey.
Okay.
Which is totally what it is, but I didn't appreciate, because I'm still new to LA. We've only been here for 4 years.
Did not know.
Still view that as new.
Okay. Very.
I also realized that every time I go into one of these, I'm like, I'm on a friend date right now. The stakes are high for me.
It's an audition.
It's an audition. So
Welcome to LA.
Thank you. I think I'm wearing deodorant, hopefully.
I can't smell you.
And and I believe it's a natural one today in honor of you being here.
Bold choice
I know.
for a first friend date.
Thank you. You know what? You got to ease into the natural deodorants. You can't just go like straight
I am
cold
a
turkey.
natural deodorant girl.
Of course you are. I knew that. I knew
Yeah.
you were going to be a natural deodorant girl.
Yeah.
But sometimes I wear the Mitchum because I know if I need to bring out the big
Listen.
guns.
And know thyself.
'Cause-
As some Socrates said.
Sounds like a old dead white guy.
A philosopher would say, know thyself.
Know thyself and know thy sweat glands. Okay, we have a lot to cover. What's interesting about you, Whitney, is in one way, you are so living your life out large, being so honest and open about how you feel, about how the world is totally fakakta right now.
Yeah.
And also, if you try and find out anything about you, it's kind of hard.
Yeah.
You're actually sort of an enigma, a mystery.
I like it. I am. I think maybe a little bit on purpose.
I could never be that girl.
Well,
Like, if I take a good poop, I'm texting someone about it.
I mean, if you ask anyone who I'm like IRL besties with, I am an oversharer.
Okay.
So this is just like what I'm broadcasting out,
Yeah.
I try to sort of peel back a little bit.
Yeah. And I think people also don't appreciate that necessarily when you are living your life online professionally.
Yeah.
Is like you don't actually have access to the whole person.
Mm-hmm.
They are deciding, and hopefully they are deciding and being discerning about what they're putting into the world.
Well, I think I very much am now, and especially now, more aware of it because I'm a parent.
Yeah.
So I think that I would probably be a lot more forthcoming with my personal information if I wasn't thinking all the time at the forefront of my mind about, like, protecting my child.
Yeah.
So I think that it's sort of maybe been a good adjustment for me.
Yeah. Do people ever recognize you in real life?
Yeah.
That you don't know?
Yeah.
What is that experience like for you?
I always really like it because it's always really nice women. It's never men.
Right.
When I first started Instagram, I mean, it was a very long time ago, but I was in a totally different part of my life, and my audience was, like, overwhelmingly male. And
Oh, interesting.
I hated it.
Is this from the modeling days?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was like 90% men, and that was gross. And now, you know, it's like...
Fight the good fight, sister.
It's like 95% women now. So if anyone's recognizing me, it's generally a mom.
Okay, well then we love that. That's a friendly group.
I agree.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, you go, girl.
Yeah. I love it. Okay, well, I'll keep looking for you at the farmer's market. I don't know if you go to that one, but I go to that one.
You might see me.
Yeah, I got to stop at the Korean, what is it? Like the Dave's Korean. Do you know that guy?
Yeah, but we can't go there anymore.
Oh no, what happened? Is he not marked safe?
Well, no, it just gives you bad farts.
Does it?
Girl. See, I
feel like
I told you we would talk about poop.
That's honestly, I have Crohn's disease. That's very important to me to be
Yeah.
able to talk about poop. But
It's a
also,
safe space.
according to the latest research from Cedars-Sinai, we need more fermented stuff in our diet.
I do agree with that. I do agree with that, but this
And also-
stuff literally like liquefies
Okay,
bowels.
we're trying to keep
And
marriages
it smells
intact.
like feet when you eat it. Sorry, Dave.
What are you ordering from there?
I don't know. Whatever fermented daikon, radish.
Okay, that is good. That one's good. Okay.
You're gonna
It is true though, when I open the jar,
feet.
my husband will be in his office and it'll be like, "What is
Because
that?"
fermented is literally a nice
Feet?
way of saying like rotting.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Process.
I like
naturally
fermented
processed.
foods, like wine.
I thought you were going to tell me they were like not marked safe.
No, well, I mean,
I'm pretty sure that guy's marked safe.
I don't think so.
You don't think he's marked safe?
I don't believe he's ever seen a vaccine
Okay.
or an antibiotic.
Okay. Well, maybe that's another reason we don't go to Dave's anymore.
I guess we'll never know.
We'll never know.
No, but everyone should go to Dave's. I love
Have the experience.
I love a small business,
We love a small business.
even if it gives you farts.
I'm going to use that clip
Yeah.
as our teaser for
Right.
this episode. Okay, so not a lot about you in the world. You get to decide what you tell us about yourself today, but we know that you were born in LA.
Correct.
And were you born in the Valley or on the other side?
No, I was born at Cedars.
Okay.
Yeah, so right. Do you know what Cedars is?
That's where I delivered my second one.
Okay, I was gonna say. Okay, 4 years. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So I was born there. My brothers were born there. My son was born there. We were all born there.
Did you ever ask your mom if she had the famous chocolate chip cookie? Do you think they had it then?
First of all, I didn't get the famous chocolate chip cookie. Was it a COVID thing?
What?
I did not.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, only from TikTok. Actually, my sister-in-law had a baby yesterday, Mazel Tov.
Mazel tov.
I should text her.
She
and
needs
see
to
if
get
she
the
got
cookie.
a cookie. I'm gonna text her as soon as we leave.
It's almost worth stopping recording over. Okay, the cookie is...
I thought you say it's almost worth having another baby over.
No.
Pump
No
break.
cookies that good.
No, I did not have a cookie.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay, now I know. And the next time you come on the pod, that's what I will bake you.
thank you.
If I had known that,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have made you brownies. I would have made
The
you
brownies were exquisite. I sent you the photo.
But the chocolate chip cookie. Okay, so we come from a long line of birthing at Cedars-Sinai.
Yes.
And were you living on that side of the hill?
No. I am a Valley girl since birth.
Great.
From the Great 1-8.
Oh, Great 1-8. I get it. I'm new here. 818.
Yeah,
Okay, yep.
So I'm very territorial and very protective of the Valley, which you would not know this because you are new, but the Valley has not always been.
Yes, I'm learning that.
And there are still a lot of Valley haters.
So growing up, it sounds like you have 2 siblings?
I'm the eldest of 3.
Or do you identify as an eldest?
Yes. Yeah.
So what does that mean to you, being an oldest?
Well, have you seen, first of all, I think being the eldest girl is a unique experience.
Yeah.
I don't know. I cannot speak for the boys, but for the eldest daughters, have you seen the meme that says, eldest daughters are the toughest men you'll ever meet?
No, but I love it.
That's how I identify. I feel like I have raised several children, co-raised with my mom. I feel like I can handle like anything.
I believe that.
Yeah, good in an emergency. If you give me too much time to think about it though, I'm going to stress out. But if it's like a very immediate reaction you need.
Yeah. Somebody's got a boo-boo and we're in a pickle and we don't have a Band-Aid.
Blood, we can do vomit. We can do anything.
Blood, vomit,
Pee.
snot, effluence. We got it.
Yeah.
Any sort of bodily juice.
Anything.
Whitney's your girl. So you said your mom, co-raising with your mom. Does that mean dad wasn't around?
No, my dad was very much around.
Sorry, Dad.
I just was like,
sorry, Dad.
I'm the other mom.
You're the other mom. Okay, I was going to say, Dad's around.
Dad's here.
Dad's here, and I believe you actually ride pretty hard for your family.
Yes.
Yeah, so you guys were all very close growing up.
Very close.
How would you say, what was the parenting vibe in your house?
I feel like I was thinking about this the other day because I had like a weirdly normal childhood. Like I didn't have like people talk about like, oh, they get older and they figure out all these ways that their parents like kind of fucked them up. Can we say fuck on this?
Oh, this is the fuck zone, man.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Great. Mess them up and like they have to go to therapy for it as an adult, and I'm just like, I did not get that.
Oh, what do you get to go to therapy for then?
I guess just being well-adjusted. No, I mean, I had to go to therapy for other things, but not anything my parents did to me. I had a very stable childhood.
And so interestingly, a guest came on recently and said something similar. And as he was leaving, he was like, but I mean, of course we lost our house in the Northridge earthquake or something.
Oh, I did too.
See, this is what I mean. It's like that one could say.
But my parents didn't do that. They did not shake the earth.
But you didn't have, you did have some upsets in your childhood that weren't planned.
Yeah.
It just wasn't them.
But it wasn't a result of parenting.
Okay.
Oh, no. I mean, yeah, of course.
I don't know if you're like a Gabor Mate person, but like his whole thing, and we've been talking about it in this house, like, is it overly simplistic or not? But his whole thing is like, when something traumatic happens to you, what is really happening to you is your previous trauma responding. So like, God forbid you were sexually assaulted. How your family helped you process and deal with that will define whether or not that experience defines you. So like, if you have super supportive parents and you come to them and tell them that something terrible happens to you, the way you're going to be able to process and move on from that is so much more different than if you have shame or keep it a secret because you don't feel safe telling somebody. Yeah. Then there's like a secondary trauma.
Right.
So I feel like it goes back to probably all of the pressure that we're all putting on ourselves about like how we want our kids to know that we ride for them, that they're safe, that they can tell us anything, that we love them no matter what. Because I think we all instinctively know that if we get that right, that if other shitty things happen to them, they're going to be okay.
Yeah, 100%.
No pressure on us.
I mean, we're perfect.
We're
not stressed out about it.
Yeah, I don't think about it
like,
literally every day.
Mess you up, but in like a small way.
From loving you too much.
Yeah, it's going to be something where I was like, could not have anticipated that.
Yeah.
I was perfect.
Yeah. Well, I love actually somebody that we both know, Anna Longley, who I forget what episode number she is. I'll put it in the show notes. Anna had incredibly supportive parents growing up, really like idyllic childhood. And for her, when she's working through her stuff in adulthood, as she talked about on her episode, she's like, well, that part wasn't in question. But like, just because you do have everything right in childhood doesn't mean that you still like walk around twiddling your fingers, everything's good.
I think we don't realize that. I think we have this expectation growing up that like, okay, if our childhood is good, then our life is good.
Yeah.
And our childhood and our parents and our family life is one part of a huge puzzle.
Yeah.
And it's an important part.
Yeah.
It's like a centerpiece that you'll see if it's missing. And you'll notice it's incomplete, but it's not the only thing. Whole thing.
Yeah. So, okay, so for part of your whole thing, so you guys are raised in this unit, you guys, everybody's getting along, you're older sistering everybody, dealing with effluence with your mom and your dad. And what sorts of things are you into as a kid?
I was a huge tomboy. I still am. Yeah. Friend date's going well. Swimmingly. Yeah. Growing up, I don't know when I cut my hair. I'm bad with time, but I wanted like a boy haircut. I wanted to wear boy clothes. I wore boxers, like boys boxers.
Yeah.
Like big t-shirts to school with like Air Jordans.
That was kind of a vibe. Like,
yeah,
that's a
but
vibe.
maybe like not for 6th grade.
Sure.
But I was a huge tomboy. I loved bugs. I loved getting dirty. I wanted to ride my bike. There was nothing. I liked reptiles. There was nothing like girly,
feminine.
quote unquote. No. I was not a feminine little girl. Like the ones who were
Did you have friends that were girls?
Yeah. Very, very girly girls.
Right.
But my energy was so much more masculine. Not boy. Masculine. I'm gonna have to edit that out.
Okay, so you still had friends that were girls. Yeah. Because you strike me as somebody who like rides hard for your friends.
Yes. And as an adult though, I think that growing up I felt very other from girls my age. I felt like I did not fit in. I was not girly. I was not into the same thing. And that gave me like, it created a belief in me that I liked boys better. Like I relate more with boys. I'm a girl and most of my friends are boys.
Yeah. That was me. That is me.
Now I'm like, ew.
Yeah.
Like,
have you seen boys?
Disgusting. Hate men. Like, so as an adult, I'm like, girl power. No boys.
It's more just like a sample selection issue. Like when we're younger, we just haven't found our girls maybe yet.
Totally. Because we only had access to our sample.
Yes, exactly.
Like in our school, and they sucked sometimes.
Yeah. And I will say, Erin, I know you listen to this, one of my best friends since 5th grade. I didn't know you until 5th grade. So we're talking about life before. So I don't want to get a text message. Erin, I love you. Okay?
And I don't have any lifelong girlfriends, so
She did message me after one episode where I was talking about like friendship and how sometimes it was hard for me to relate to girls when I was younger. And she's like, I'm right fucking here, man. Rude.
5th grade, though.
5th grade.
That's adulthood.
That's definitely wiping my own ass.
11.
Yeah.
That's the qualification for being an adult.
Right now it is.
Were you wiping?
Were you wiping?
You're grown.
You're grown. I mean, you know what I think it is? There's like a line you cross, which is, did your mom know whether or not you took a shit today? You know? Like, do you know when your son has he taken a poop today? Do you still know?
Of course I know.
Of course you do. And
I wipe his ass.
And then one day you're going to wake up and it's going to have been like a week and you're going to be like, I don't know the last time he took a shit.
I'm not sure that's ever going to happen for me.
It might.
I don't have a daughter.
It might.
I feel like my son is going to tell me forever. Or I'm at least going to say, did you poop?
He's going to text you from college and be like, Mom, you wouldn't believe this thing.
Honestly, yes. Because I have a frat boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that kind of sounds fun.
It is.
So You are kind of a tomboy. We're into bugs and dirt. What were you in school? Were you into the classes? No.
Fuck school. No, I was so bad at school.
And was that just because you weren't interested, or was it hard?
So I wasn't interested, but as an adult with hindsight, I realize now, and we realized much, earlier, but it was because obviously, I have learning differences. No, I just have a different brain.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't learn like this. This is not for me. Traditional learning was, I'm 41, so I went to school in the 90s.
Yeah.
And they did not accommodate for any sort of learning differences.
Or know what a lot of them were yet.
They just gave you Ritalin.
Yeah.
But Ritalin doesn't help with being dyslexic.
Yeah.
So...
And dyslexia also, I feel like when we were growing up, was just like, you write some letters backwards.
And it wasn't even that for me. I don't even feel like... I don't know. I'm actually curious to be tested now as an adult. Because I'm like, am I dyslexic? Am I something different other than that? Like, what is it? Because I do write things sometimes out of order. Not backwards. I just didn't learn traditionally.
School did not speak to you.
I hated school.
And did you have any ideas of like what sorts of things you would... Like, what were your parents doing for work?
Both my parents worked in the business, as we say. My mom was a producer.
Okay.
Commercial producer. My dad ran a company that did post-production. So advertising for movies. Did
you think what they did was cool? Or did you get it? Or were you like...
I just didn't care. I was going to school. I went to a very bougie school here.
Yeah.
So I was going to school with lots of Nepo babies.
I'm scared to ask which one, but you can tell me later.
Lots of celeb children.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, you haven't won an Oscar, so...
You're clearly not doing anything that cool.
Yeah. Yeah, so I did not feel like it was cool. I just felt like it was normal.
Right.
But growing up in Los Angeles, especially in private schools, is a very unique experience that kind of can only be compared to itself.
Right.
It's weird.
Okay, so growing up in that sort of environment where doing creative stuff was kind of normalized, that was the normal.
That was the normal.
Did that shape what you thought maybe you wanted to do with your life?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I definitely... It's actually funny because as a child, I don't think I ever considered anything about being an adult.
No, of course not.
I did not ever dream of my wedding. I did not ever think I would think about my children. I didn't think about having a job.
No.
Like, I hear people say that, like, oh, I had fantasized about my wedding when I was 6. And I was like, can't relate. No. I was just being present in the moment. But I think as I got older, I was like, oh, I'm definitely going to be an actress. I'm a terrible, terrible actor. Like, so bad. So bad.
You probably shouldn't lead with that in your auditions, okay, little Whitney?
Yeah, it was not... I was really...
But what was it? Was it just because that's what everybody else was doing?
I would say it was because I was obsessed with Dawson's Creek. Dawson's Creek is like a big, what's it called? Like anchor in...
Touchstone?
That's what it was. It's a touchstone in my life.
So you must not be well by the recent reunion.
I'm not even... First of all, it was on our shared son's birthday.
Shared son.
We don't share a son, but they share a birthday. It was on our son's birthday in New York, and I literally considered missing my son's 5th birthday to go to New York.
James Vanderbeek is actually a dream guest for me.
Wow.
I'm manifesting that.
I'm manifesting that for you, too, and I'm very worried about him.
Yeah.
Unwell.
I know.
I don't know if you saw, I posted on my Instagram that I'm just... not ready to talk about the reunion yet. No,
I won't talk about it.
No, I can. But I literally fantasized that I was going to be cast on Dawson's Creek as Joey Potter's sister.
With your incredible acting skills.
With my decent acting ability. And somehow I would find myself in some sort of romantic situation with Pacey,
Of
Joshua
course.
Jackson.
Fucking knew you were going to say Pacey.
Yeah.
Also, if anybody out there knows Pacey, aka Joshua Jackson in real life, I believe he's single now, and I have somebody I want to set you up with. Okay, I'm just going to put that out there.
It's me. I'm joking. No, I'm happily married, but I do have a funny story about Joshua Jackson.
Now you have to tell it.
Yeah. So this honestly just a testament to my husband. So we were in New York a few years ago before I had a child, and at the hotel we were staying at, it was sort of like there were always celebs.
Yeah.
In the lobby. It was sort of a place to be. And we got back to the hotel one day and I saw Joshua Jackson in the lobby reading a script. He had a highlighter. He was studying his lines. And honestly, when I think about this now, it's kind of like, ew, right? Like a little cringe, but I didn't care. So he was there, and I said to my husband, listen to me. You know how much I love Pacey. I'm going to ask your permission right now. I'm going to take my wedding ring off.
Stop!
I swear to God.
Stop.
I'm going to take my wedding ring off. I just give me your blessing to sit in the lobby looking cute.
And see if he approaches
and
me.
see if he hits on me. And you know what my husband said? Okay. And so I did. But then, this is so anticlimactic because then I got too scared and I went upstairs. I was sitting alone in a wingback chair in the lobby.
What were you wearing?
Who knows? A puff coat in the winter. Like I probably
like one of those trash bag coats?
Rat. Yeah. Not cute. And just alone doing nothing. I don't even, not like drinking a cocktail.
Just,
not like
just quietly
just
sitting
like,
there with your arms folded, looking up.
Yeah. And I got so nervous that I had to abort mission.
I love your husband.
Me too. Yeah.
Like,
that's really sweet.
What a guy.
Yeah.
And also, he probably saw you looking like a fucking rat. Was like, okay, like see what.
Yeah, he's like, see what happens.
See what happens. You look great, babe.
He would be like, no, you looked pretty. I didn't. But honestly, that's my favorite story about my husband.
This is my favorite story now about you, Joshua Jackson, and your husband.
Yeah. Oh, Joshua Jackson.
I know. He's honestly gotten better with age. Fine wine.
So handsome.
It's a fine wine situation.
I am hopeful still to this day that he and Katie Holmes can figure out a way to make it work.
Don't you think he should date my friend and then you have a shot of hanging out with him sometimes?
No, I can't have him in my orbit.
Sure.
It would be too much of a...
Okay. All right. Forget it.
We need to have separate lives. Honestly, I don't ever want to meet him.
They say don't meet your heroes.
Well,
or crushes.
Don't meet your crushes because I have bad news for you about some of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like kind of.
Legitimately.
That being said, I will say, and he wasn't a childhood crush, but he was a member of a band that I loved very much. I had Sean Stockman from Boyz II Men on the pod.
Oh.
And he's honestly nicer than I thought he was going to be.
That's hard.
Which is like...
Yeah, that could be hard.
Just a dream to have like just a wonderful...
That's what you want.
That's what you want. You want to be pleasantly surprised.
And it's not usually like that.
It's not.
Because most famous people have personality disorders.
Is that your hypothesis?
Well...
And how famous are we talking?
I think... Well, let me preface this. I think that anybody, myself included, who thinks that they have a right to be front-facing has a small personality disorder.
Yeah.
I think anyone who wants to be the president is a narcissist.
Yeah.
I have big opinions on this. I think that anyone who's like, I am the best, I deserve to be in the room, I am gonna be famous because I am the most talented.
Well, because there's a level of delusion that's required to do something really hard.
By the way, and it is 100% required. If you do not believe that,
yeah,
you will not be.
Yeah.
But I think that the smaller, the less famous people have the biggest personality disorders.
Oh.
Faking it till they make it.
I love that.
And I'm not an expert, but...
Okay. A little armchair anthropology, maybe?
Yeah. Exactly. I've
Okay.
lived here my whole life.
Okay.
Come across a few.
Yeah. Well, I feel like you might be uniquely qualified. Now I'm going to be thinking about that in my everyday life as I'm at the local grocery store or farmer's market.
You know.
Keep my eyes peeled. So we never made it to Dawson's Creek.
No. Fuck, no.
And at what point did you realize this is actually not what I'm supposed to do?
Well, pretty quickly, I think. I would film myself with a video camera. My best girlfriend when I was growing up, we would read Dawson's Creek scripts together and we would watch them back. Yeah, I know. Major. And I could tell it probably wasn't for me. And then as I got older, when I graduated high school, I started modeling. And when you model in LA, you literally like automatically start going on commercial auditions. And I could not even do lines for toothpaste.
Sure.
It was like really bad.
Now I hope this isn't too personal.
Okay.
How tall are you?
5'8".
So, 5'8", she says with her whole chest.
5'8". When I sit up really straight.
I thought in my limited knowledge of the modeling industry, I thought we're normally like north of 6.
You're correct, but there's different markets.
Okay.
In Los Angeles, LA modeling is commercial modeling. So
Okay.
Like Target, Apple, like stuff like that. Whereas New York or Europe will mostly be like high fashion and runway, and that
makes sense.
You want your girls tall.
Okay.
Yeah.
So modeling, you aren't remembering a fucking line, but are you booking gigs?
Yeah. So I worked as a working model from 16 until like well into my 30s with some breaks. I took a break to go to college.
Okay, where'd you go to college?
Went to a small college called Antioch. It's a liberal arts school. So
I'm familiar, yeah.
I have my degree in, I have an English degree with emphasis in creative writing.
She's using it.
An English major.
She's using it. And was that just because you felt like it was something you were supposed to do, or you really wanted?
No, I was supposed to go to college. Mom. I'm just kidding. Yeah. I went to college because I was supposed to go to college.
Got it. So you took a break, you're modeling, and are you loving that experience?
Modeling?
Yeah.
No. I'm loving making money.
Yeah.
It's very much a job for me. I loved the high of getting booked.
Yeah.
But then every single time I would show up on set, I was kind of like, when is this day gonna end? I fucking hate it.
And did you ever receive comments about your appearance or how you should look, or?
Oh yeah.
Because that feels
honestly, it's interesting. So when I first started modeling as a teenager, I was with a very small boutique agency here in Los Angeles, and they were wonderful. They never said anything. Then I was 29 years old, and I was like, if I'm gonna do this, it's kind of like my last push because I'm aging out.
Yeah.
Obviously.
You ancient crone.
Yeah, literally. Geriatric model. And I was like, I want to get with a really big agency for my last few years. So I went to Wilhelmina.
Iconic
As a 29-year-old. And the head of the agency there gave me a bit of a complex.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was older. I was 29 years old when someone first made a comment about my body. Thank God I was 29.
I was about to say.
19.
Yeah.
Thank God.
What sort of comment was it?
It was so specific. She told me that not everyone was supposed to wear skinny jeans.
Tell that to a millennial, bitch.
Right. I'm like, do you know me? Yeah. Not everyone, it's not the most flattering for everyone. And she did say, listen, if you told anyone this, which I'm telling everyone this, they would say I'm crazy, like there's nothing wrong with you. So she like very much acknowledged that it was a
Nitpick.
very much. But she was like, you need to lose 1/2 inch circumference around your thighs. And I was like, 1/2 inch?
1/2 inch?
I'm like, and now I'm like, that is so negligible. What does that even mean, 1/2 inch? And she's like, so come back in 2 weeks and we'll see if you lost 1/2 inch. So I was like, okay. So it was like my mission. I remember crying because I was like, I'm not going to eat bagels anymore. I was devastated about not having bagels anymore.
I feel that.
I, by the way, stand by.
That's like an important life breakup. Not eating a bagel?
Correct. And carbs are my favorite.
Yeah.
So I was also like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, she's like, so yeah, probably just stop exercising. I'm like, okay, I'm going to stop exercising and stop eating bagels. Great. So
someone will deliver me on a gurney in 2 weeks.
That'd be perfect. So I honestly could not even tell you what I did. I think I just stopped eating like dessert and sugar. I don't know.
Sounds pretty reasonable.
Yeah. And bagels and cake. And I like came back in 2 weeks and I was like ready. And I was like, she's going to look at me and be like, she is so fit. But she just came out and she was like, did you work on like losing that 1/2 inch? And I was like, yes, very hard. Da da da. She's like, great, you're signed. And I was like, oh, bitch.
She didn't even measure your thighs. She just wanted to see if you were dedicated. Yeah,
she wanted to see if I would listen to what she told me and follow directions. And I did, like a good little soldier. So.
But then you got your contract, baby.
I got my contract.
And did that, was that a transformative sort of thing or not that much of a needle move?
It was. Like, it definitely took me to another level in terms of my income.
Yeah.
And I was, like, very much a busy working model, which, in LA is really something to be proud of. And I also, despite the fact that I was a terrible actor, booked a lot of commercials because I didn't have lines.
So were you just like...
lines. Yeah, I did like a hair commercial. Yeah, exactly. Hair, like all sorts of things. So I had health insurance.
That's a big deal.
Yeah. So I consider myself a success story in terms of working model actor.
But also very like strategic to be like, I know I have this much time. I'm going to milk this for what. And then did you have a plan B of what happens after the cliff?
No.
And
I've never had a plan ever.
I love that. I love that about you.
Yeah.
Now, the best laid plans, you know?
Yeah.
Now, where does your husband enter the picture?
I met my husband in high school.
Oh my God. I honestly was not expecting that.
Yes.
So he was at the Bouge Bouge High School too?
No.
Okay.
This is a very complicated.
Was he on the other side of the tracks?
Yeah, in Idaho.
I was going to ask you what the deal is with Idaho.
Okay, so my husband is from Idaho.
Did you meet him on AIM? Sorry, go ahead. Tell me.
No, I met him IRL.
Okay.
In Idaho, though.
Okay.
So I always spent my summers in Idaho.
Yeah.
Very random, but it is what it is.
No, it's supposed to be beautiful, like Sun Valley or whatever.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
So I had an across the street neighbor in Idaho, this boy, and he was my best friend. Mm-hmm. It's not my husband.
Okay, it's still cute. So far, everything's cute about
very
this.
Cute.
Yeah.
So
it's giving Hallmark. Go ahead.
It really is. So I would always look through his yearbooks. And I obviously would like look at the boys, whatever. And I picked my husband out of the yearbook. And I was like, who's this? And he's like, that's Travis. And I was like, oh, I want to meet him. So the summer went on. And he would be like, look, Travis is over there. Let's go say hi. And I'm like, no way, no way, no way. I tried to just avoid him because it was just like a made up thing in my head.
Right.
It was I wasn't being serious. And then finally, one evening, I met him in real life at an ice cream shop.
Oh, come on.
No, it's just good. And honestly, I'm probably doing this story a disservice because he's the one who tells this story much better than I do. But I finally met him and we were introduced, and he was like eating ice cream, and he asked me if I wanted some.
And you were
I
the
wanted
cherry
a
on
bite.
top?
I don't know. He's like, do you want a bite? And I was like, I don't like ice cream. And
What kind of fucking answer is that?
I don't like ice cream.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really
So sue me.
take or leave it. It's just like a really hot take
I don't
to
like
bring to a
ice-
summer
yeah.
day in Idaho. Okay.
And I think it was like mint chocolate chip, so I especially don't fuck with that.
No.
So he asked me if I wanted a bite of ice cream, and I said no. And he drove a 53 Chevy Bel Air, like a two-tone green. And I said, is that your car? I said, yeah. I said, can I drive it? And he said, if you can start it, you can drive it. And by the way, I did not have my driver's license, and I did not start the car.
Why'd you want to drive it, Whitney? You're just trying to be
I
cool?
was trying to be cute, yeah. So that's our origin story.
It's absurdly cute. And so then were you just like pen pals?
Yeah, basically.
Then you were talking on AIM?
Yeah, we did a lot of AIMing, and long distance phone calls.
And then you would see each other every summer?
yeah, well, yeah,
Ish.
yeah. It's very long.
It's a long and circuitous tale.
It is.
But it ends with you guys being together.
correct, and having a 5-year-old.
And so what was it about this guy long term that you were like, this is my person for that I like really want to be with forever? What were the green flags?
Oh, he's so nice. Obviously,
He
the
offered you
Joshua
his ice
Jackson
cream.
story and offering my ice cream.
What those two stories tell us is
Confident.
that he's confident and kind.
He's so kind. He's confident. He's super creative. He's very, very talented, but also like I mean, I'm not going to say he's my better half because, I mean,
Yeah.
but he's the nicer half. Like, he's just so kind and friendly and generous. And I'm kind of more like low-key bitch.
I don't know if you're that low key
High-key.
anymore, my friend.
High-key bitch.
I don't know if you're I mean, you're kind of like really making a name for your high key self right now. This is very sweet. So he moves here at some point.
He moved here directly after high school.
And
Because he was gonna be in a band. He was
Okay.
gonna be a famous
of course,
personality disorder.
weren't we all?
Well, yeah, I was gonna be an actress. He was gonna be, and obviously now my personality disorder take does a full circle.
Sure. Yeah, here we are.
Yeah.
Okay, so he moves here. You guys kind of date and have your long journey.
Yes.
And at some point, and you've stopped modeling at, how old were you when you stopped? You said into your 30s.
I want to say it was 35.
So around the time you got pregnant?
No, you're right. It was probably 33.
Yeah.
Yes. So,
Did that inform that, or was that just kind of a natural conclusion?
I was very much like aware that like, okay, I'm gonna have to. I don't think I was thinking like I'm gonna have to quit modeling. I was gonna have to shift gears. I definitely was like, I'm gonna model through my pregnancy because
Because there's a market for that.
a big one.
Yeah.
And you make a lot of money because it's a very short window where you're like actually able to work. And
Yeah.
there's a very limited pool of people who are pregnant.
Yeah.
And models. So then, of course, COVID happened and I didn't get to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But I should add, because I feel like this is a fun bit of like lore about me, is that I also, when I was modeling and going to college, I did bottle service here in London.
Oh, yes.
So that is like, if you really want the full picture.
Now, the bottle service girls. So I worked briefly in hospitality in New York as like a hostess. And the bottle service girls were always deeply intimidating to me.
Yeah.
Because there's like a kind of confidence you have to have to basically, to like, you know,
Hustle.
hustle. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a thing. And you're in kind of crazy situations and you have to sort of command them.
Amazing. Like, it's the craziest. When my best friend of 20 years, she and I did bottle
I
service
thought you
together.
said, well, I guess 20 years. All right, fine.
20 when I met.
Yeah, okay, fine. You're just so young and youthful, you know?
What can I say? She and I did bottle service together, and now we're like hags in bed by 9 every single night, and we'll be like, can you believe? Every time we hang out, I'm like, I can't believe we did bottle service.
Like, what time would you go to bed?
Oh, 4?
I say, like, in college, I would be
Yeah.
like, I'm pulling an all-nighter, and I would be up till 12.
And by the way, like, I was not, it went against everything in me to stay up like that and
Yeah.
do that. But
The money is crazy, right?
yeah, girl, I was making 6 figures cash every week. Every week? I was a multi-millionaire. No, I was making like multiple thousands of dollars a week in cash.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's not like that anymore, but it was,
Do you watch any reality TV?
yeah.
I feel like there's always a couple bottle service girls thrown in to really any situation, and I think they're there to stir shit up.
They all, at every job I worked at, they always had someone, like a showrunner, who was trying to pitch a reality show around bottle service.
Yes.
But the problem is that, like, all the clients,
No, yeah. No, of course not.
there's, like, way too many, like, powerful, famous people doing scandalous things.
Okay, so you're hustling through, COVID happens at the same time that you're kind of like thinking that your off-ramp is coming to an end with modeling
Yes,
anyway.
yeah.
When does the Instagram stuff start for you before that?
Yeah, I'd been doing Instagram prior, but in terms of, like, actually being vocally, like, a bitch, no.
That's, I feel like,
Opinionated and sort of, like,
because you started more like skincare.
yes, oh my God, I very much started very safe. I was going to be wellness girl.
Yeah, sure.
LOL. Yeah. Oh no, this didn't start until second election.
And then just like your brain broke and you're like,
My brain fucking broke.
yeah.
My brain broke.
And you had this platform already.
I had it, and I had a kid this time. And the stakes were so different. And I was so, I think because of social media and, I don't know, just like growing up and becoming more socially aware of what's going on in
Yeah.
the world and in the country and in my community in general, and having a more diverse friend group and exposure to different people, I was just like, I can't, it started to actually make me like malfunction.
And how have you found the reception? I mean, you mentioned like you found loads of people who in the wild who are like, you go girl, fight the power, all this. But I mean, I am like a baby in this universe now, just kind of starting to put myself and my perspective out slowly. And I'm like, immediately you get gnarly stuff.
Yeah.
How is that for you when you get like a trolly sort of comment? Do you have armor, or does it get, I'm a people pleaser.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to, and I know they're wrong, but it's still hard for me.
No, it's hard.
My instinct is I did something wrong.
Well, you can't please them all.
You can't.
That's one. Two, I would say like 95% of the time, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like genuinely don't
Suck a dick.
Literally.
Yeah.
I'm like, it bothers people who care about me more than it bothers me.
Yeah. That was going to be my next question.
Yeah, but I don't care. Now, the caveat to that is, if anything is even remotely targeting my child, I go insane.
Yeah.
So I learned very quickly that anything that I do that has any even implied political undertones cannot have my kid in it. Cannot have my child anywhere near it.
Yeah.
Because, first of all, it's just not fair to him. He's not asking to do it, but I can't take it.
Yeah.
Like, that makes me, like, rageful.
And were you always like, did you grow up in a political house? Did you grow up with activist sort of parents?
Yeah. My mom is like, has always been an activist. My parents both, my mom would say she was a flower child, not a hippie, a flower child.
Sure.
Important distinction. She grew up in Northern California, and my parents, were coming of age around the time of Vietnam.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So they were very much opposed and protesting and very, very anti-war. So I think it's in my blood. And my mom's told me since, especially now as I've gotten more active and vocal, we come from a long line of protesting women on my mom's side.
I love that.
So this is just in my blood. My dad is, both my parents are incredibly smart and well-informed and know so much more about history and policy and politics and everything. I don't know 10% of what they know. So,
but I think like one of the reasons why I think people are drawn to some of the stuff that you post is it is pretty accessible. It's not like in the weeds, and you're not like dumbing stuff down, but you are explaining it in a way that people who might not be policy experts can relate to.
I think that that's important because I think, and this is not just my unique opinion, but I think that one of the big problems in the last election was that our side, Democrats, spoke over people's heads. It wasn't dumbed down enough.
Yeah.
You know, it was too heady and complicated for people to understand. It's like, no, you're not getting it. We can't afford our house and our car and our food. And it would be like this very complicated solution to that problem where what people needed to hear was like, we're going to make it so you can afford your groceries.
Yes. Yeah.
So there's a need for it to be explained in the most simplistic way.
Yeah, because people, and it's not that people are dumb, it's that they don't have time to like engage. Everyone's
also really fucking complicated.
Yeah,
like,
totally.
It's so difficult and weird to understand politics.
Yeah, I did a whole PhD on it and I still don't understand.
Sometimes I'm just like, what the fuck does this mean?
Now, what do you think, like, I feel like there's a lot going on in the world right now, and, you know, not a political pod, we don't have to go too deep into it, but one of the things that I think has been really challenging is this, like, feeling that there's almost a, like, this could be said of the right, I'm sure, I just don't have the awareness of what the culture on the right is right now, but on the left, I can certainly say there's a little bit more of, like, a competition of, like, who's the best liberal, and it's, like... It's exhausting, and it also doesn't make any sense. Instead of constantly just shitting on the stuff that respective people care about, can we just focus on like the end basic goals rather than eating each other?
Well, it's interesting too because something that I really appreciate about social media is also something that's very hard about it is just like the access to people. It can be exhausting, but also I can honestly say that I've had really helpful and illuminating conversations with people who on our face, like we don't agree.
Yeah.
Like someone will, for example, I had a conversation several years ago regarding gun control with someone. And they were vehemently opposed to what I was saying. Yeah. But they talked to me.
And they were respectful.
Yeah, they were kind of mad. But we got to the place where we realized, like, we actually do want the same things. Yeah. We want our children to be safe. We want to be safe. We want these things purchased legally and correctly. So there are so many more similarities than there are differences, especially at the core issues. Like, at our core, what we have... Our beliefs are the same where it's important. Yeah. We're just disagreeing on probably just the verbiage around it. Yeah. The package it's being dressed up in. Yeah. And so even now with people who, for example, like the one that is the hottest issue at the moment, well, now would be Tylenol, but let's say vaccines, right? I have a lot of empathy because I can understand that a parent who chooses not to vaccinate their child is doing so for the exact same reason
that you're vaccinating your child.
Vaccinate my child. Yeah. And that comes from a deep love of their child and wanting to do what's right for them. Yeah. And so we just have to get so much better about how we convey information to people and to one another because our core belief system is the same. Yeah. And so, I don't know. That's one thing that kind of gives me hope.
I'll take that.
There's a lot of things to feel hopeless about, but I think that we are missing each other on the core issues.
Yeah.
When they're actually exactly the same.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. And that is hopeful.
Yeah.
Now, for you, since you've started being more vocal in your political beliefs, like you are a working woman, your Instagram presence is your business. I mean, I don't know. Do you do other channels besides that, or is in the Substack?
Yeah, I have a TikTok, but it's
mainly Instagram, right? And like what people need to appreciate is like that is your job.
Yeah.
And you get paid to, I don't know, do sponsored posts or have collaborations, partnerships. Have you noticed that has changed as a consequence?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Unfortunately. I'm sad about it, but yeah.
And are brands saying like, we can't work with you because of this, or they're just dropping off?
They're just dropping off. And it's sad. But I think I'm too understanding maybe sometimes, because I kind of do understand from a business perspective.
Yeah.
Why it's dangerous, but it's sad because, I mean, there's part of me that's like, yeah, but we need to, as much as like we have businesses and we need to appeal to the masses, we also have to have like a backbone when like actually we're slipping into fascism.
Yeah.
And like actually long-term damage is being done. And I don't think that that's provocative, and I don't think that that should be divisive.
Yeah.
So I understand, but it makes me sad, and I think I see I think that businesses that are more MAGA affiliated, they like really feed their influencers and their creators. And there aren't really like big liberal brands. Any sort of like big liberal brand is very quiet.
Right. Because they don't want to alienate the other.
Yeah.
I've actually had conversations with people who own their own businesses who like prevaricate and are concerned about that very thing, which I'm like, actually, if you were to shout this from the rooftops, I think it would be great for business.
People are really afraid.
Yeah.
Like, that's a huge problem.
Yeah. And unfortunately, rightfully so.
Yeah. But then I see things like, this is like always my example in my head, and this is what I say to people. And whenever I'm like second guessing, why did I decide to step into all of this? Like, why couldn't I just shut the fuck up? I think of Pedro Pascal, who
our Lord and Savior.
Our Lord and Savior, Pedro Pascal, and how he is like arguably the biggest star at the moment.
Yeah.
He is in everything. He's in the Marvel universe. He's doing it all. He's so well loved.
Yeah.
And that man is opinionated.
Yeah.
And he gets on there and he talks about trans rights, gay rights, how detrimental our anti-immigrant policy is. He's so openly liberal. And guess what? People are still going to see his movies.
He's crushing.
So, and I'm just like, there's such a disconnect, because clearly
he even wore those slutty little shoes that everybody loved. Boots.
The white one?
Yeah. Where are the boots?
No, yeah, the high ones.
Yeah.
But he was, whatever he just wore to the Emmys.
Oh, yeah, he did wear a slutty little shoe to the Emmy.
Celine's.
Yeah.
I love him. I think about Pedro.
You think about him?
It gives me hope. Because I'm like, you're the biggest star of the moment. And what? This bitch over here who has 100,000 followers, you can't say anything? You can't say shit about shit?
You can't say shit about shit.
And I'm like, you think you're so...
He's too big to fail.
Well, that's what they think. But anyway, he's the one who gives me hope.
Pedro, if you're listening to this parenting and career podcast,
Pedro, hit me up.
Thanks for giving Whitney some hope to keep going. Now, I feel like there have been multiple points in your journey, both in terms of your professional trajectory and your parenting trajectory, where thinking about your son has informed your decisions, which like sounds no shit, of course,
right? But
not necessarily in the obvious ways. So like, you could say, I'm not going to say anything because I don't want my son to, feel alienated or whatever. But instead, I think you feel a sense of responsibility that you need to do this for him.
I do. I very much do. And I think that any negative experience he has, that I think will be very brief.
Yeah.
And I think as an adult, he will appreciate it. I think that raising a socially aware, empathetic, especially boy right now, is an act of resistance. And listen, this kid every weekend, he's like, I'm going to go to the march.
Oh,
So
sweet.
it's like he, unfortunately, he's aware of things that he shouldn't be aware of because my fault. I've talked about things around him, not to him, but around him, that I didn't realize he was absorbing because I underestimated how smart he was.
Everything, yeah.
So he's like very aware of like Trump.
Yeah.
And every time he comes on TV, he'll be like, ew. But it created anxiety. You know, he'd be like, is Donald Trump mean? And I'm like, no, not to you. He's like, does he
Not to you.
hug? And I'm like, I don't know. He's like, is he nice to kids? I'm like, yeah, I'm sure he'd be super nice to kids. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
This is weird. I don't want him to touch you.
Yeah.
But no, I think because he's awake and aware in this time of what's going on, I think it's important for him to see the adults are handling it.
Yeah.
And he can participate too in that. And every time we drive past a march or he sees someone with a sign, he's like, his take is, these people are fighting to save the earth. And I'm like, you are so right.
Yeah.
So
What does your husband think about all of this?
he's very supportive. I think that there's a part of him.
Does he ever get nervous?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially like since that thing happened a couple weeks ago that
Yeah.
I can't talk about. Yeah, and I get nervous now too. Like I had a parent come up to me at a birthday party and say, he said it like a really nice, caring way, but essentially like, hey, like just make sure that like when you post things on Instagram, like you're never, it wasn't about his kid,
Yeah.
just like my personal life, that you never do it in real time. Like
Yeah.
never tag where you are or where you go all the time. And like my best friend from growing up, he lives in Austin now. I posted the other day that I was like going to Barry's, and he messaged me. He was like, please stop posting this. Like post 24 hours later. Like don't. And in my mind, I'm like, this is kind of crazy. I'm sure it's nothing, but I'm like, well, is it? Because people are crazy.
People are crazy.
So
I've unfortunately heard that from other people, that advice to like other people who have big followings and
you
stuff.
have to be really careful. Because crazy people do crazy things.
Yeah. And it's unpredictable by nature.
And I make people really mad. Big.
You
big
do?
mad. Yeah.
Big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's certain people who I make really angry.
Now, when you are at home and phone's down, you're just hanging out at home, are you also just like pacing around your living room ranting about this stuff? No. Or is Instagram kind of become an outlet for you?
Exactly that. People will say, I have a lot of friends who will be like, I'm kind of worried about you. Like, maybe you should take a break. And I try to explain to them, like, no, actually, this has given me an outlet and a place to put all this to where when I turn off my phone now, I'm not ruminating about it.
Yeah.
It's done.
You said your piece and now you can...
I did my job. I said my piece. I got it out and I'm not stewing. Now, obviously, there's things that are like so unbelievable that I think about them later. But most of the time, this has been like a very helpful outlet for me.
Now, I want to talk a little bit about Marked Safe.
Oh.
And the genesis of it, because it's so smart, it's so simple, because you know we can't all be everything in terms of, regardless of where you are in the political spectrum. If you see the world on fire in some way, you hopefully think, how can I help? How can I contribute?
Yeah.
And you came from this wellness background, this skincare background, and you're thinking, okay, well, this is something I know a little bit about. I'm not on board with MAHA. I don't think that's helping anybody. So I can marry these two things together and see who's aligned with me. right?
Yeah. And I'm so anti-MAHA. I'm almost more angry at MAHA than I am MAGA. I think MAHA is like so at its core anti-woman.
Yeah.
And it makes me so furious. But yeah, so I decided to, it was honestly like, I did not think about it. I just got on and ran my mouth. But I decided to start marking brands that I use safe because I don't want to support companies and people who are voting against our interests and putting money against our interests and the interest of the free world, kind of, and
Just the free world.
just the free world
is all.
And so I started this initiative that I had to flush it out because first I was like, if you support anything, like you're marked unsafe, but that's not it's like not reasonable.
Yeah.
So basically, if a brand or company spends their ad dollars at all if they spend their ad dollars supporting creators who are MAGA or MAHA and those creators are spreading disinformation. Now, I don't care what you are privately.
Yeah.
You do you. But if you're coming out here and you're broadcasting disinformation and misinformation that's going to lead to people being injured, being unsafe in any way, racism, sexism, homophobia, bye. You're unsafe. So if any of these brands are supporting them monetarily or platforming them or like co-platforming each other, you're unsafe. And yeah, it's been an illuminating journey.
And so you reach out to these brands and you're like, and you kind of give them the spiel now. Yeah. And have you had any brands say like, we want no part in this?
No, I've had brands tell me that they are apolitical. And I get that. I do. I wish that everyone was political because I do think everything is political.
Yeah.
But I understand from a business standpoint that that's not the greatest business model. Mostly people just don't write me back.
Sure. That's fine.
Yeah.
Safe.
But I mean, listen, because of the internet these days, I can pretty much I can make some educated guesses as to what your affiliations are based on who you follow, who you partner with, who they follow, there's a big paper trail on Instagram and TikTok.
I love it. You're like a little Harriet the Spy.
I was literally going to say that.
Boop.
So,
just sleuthing on the internet.
Honestly, it's what I do best.
Now, when you're thinking about your son, first of all, the shift to becoming a mom, we both kids born on the same day, became parents during the pandemic.
Yeah.
You obviously are super close with your family, but like, was there anything in terms of what it did to your identity or how it sort of changed your outlook that you weren't expecting?
Yeah. I mean, it made me, I feel like becoming a parent is like putting on glasses that allow you to see like the full color spectrum that our eyes, like our rods and cones aren't able to see. It opened up the world so much to me. I think it's why I care so much more now about the world and what he is going to inherit. And honestly, everyone's child, like I became like the mother to all. Like I take a personal responsibility to every child now since becoming a mom.
Was there anything that you like mourned or were sad about?
Yes. Oh my God. I fully feel like I lost my old identity for years after. I mean, I feel like you and I had a unique experience and every parent who became a parent over COVID because one day, very early in our pregnancy, the world just shut down.
Yeah.
So like jobs became different, our day-to-day life became different, everything became different. We became very like secluded.
Doctor's appointments, everything.
Totally. And so we didn't just lose our identity because we were becoming parents. We lost our identity along with everyone else. And then on top of that became parents. So I think it was like, I honestly don't know if I'm ever going to be able to like give that enough like space
Yeah.
to step back and see it. I think it would be too traumatizing and
Yeah.
sad.
No, I feel that way all the time now with my daughter.
Yeah.
With the second one, because I'm like, oh my God, you're getting such a calmer version of me.
Yeah.
And also she's just the second, so I know that is
Totally.
part of the thing anyway, but also just like you're being socialized so differently. You're having these experiences, like I'm taking you to restaurants and like sitting, just all of this
Indoors.
stuff. Yeah, just like all of this stuff that he didn't get.
I know.
And so sometimes I do feel sad. I mean, yeah, I just feel sad for him
crazy.
because I'm like, you got such a more uptight version. And you're still my guinea pig. I'm still figuring out stuff with you.
Totally. I mean, I'm sure same as you. We like labored with a mask on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was just looking. I'm sure we were both looking at our
Yeah.
pictures. Yeah.
The first time I saw him, I had a mask on. And the first time he saw me, I had a mask on. The first time he met my parents and my brothers, everyone had masks on. And he didn't meet my best friend until he was like 4 months old. And like as I said earlier, my brother and sister-in-law had a baby yesterday. And like I hadn't been back to Cedars since then.
Wow.
And so getting to even go into the room is like insane.
Crazy.
So crazy.
Yeah.
And that's just sometimes I'm like, I'm very happy having one child. But sometimes I think like, if I were to ever do it again, I wonder if it would be very cathartic.
Yeah. For me, it was.
Like a gift to myself to be like, hey, this is actually like what it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
I think we got fucked.
We got fucked. We got the raw end of the deal for sure. And I for me, it was definitely a healing experience being able to do it again. But again, that's also just, it's hard to know how much of that is that and how much of it's just like having a second kid.
Yeah, but even just to be able to like go out while you're pregnant and
wash
your groceries.
Ugh.
I don't know if you washed your groceries.
We were like Lysoling the outside of bags in each individual container. Jar of tomato sauce. We gotta wipe the outside.
I paid someone like $200 to go to Trader Joe's in the pandemic. I swear to God.
It was a crazy, unhinged time.
We had like so much food in our freezer. I don't know what we were thinking.
Yeah, you didn't know what to think.
We didn't know, and we thought, and also like we legitimately thought we would die.
Yeah.
I remember
people, and nobody will understand that who comes up behind us. That like
the fear that we had about like.
I literally fell down the stairs when I was like, at least in my second trimester, maybe more.
Go to the hospital.
They told me not to go in.
Yeah.
Because they were just like, you're probably safer at home dealing with falling down the stairs than coming in.
Yep. Insane.
Crazy. He was fine, I think. Still TBD. Now, okay, you have a self-proclaimed frat boy on your hands, future frat boy.
I do.
But you're also like, I gotta raise a kind, empathetic, understanding king. Yes. Are there things that he ever does that are like sort of triggering to you because you're just like, oh, like don't be a boy?
He's so funny because I feel like he's a really good masculine feminine energy balance because there's certain like he loves to play Anna and Elsa with me where he's Elsa and I'm Anna, but then like he burps the loudest burp and is playing like with his penis.
Sure.
Like
of course.
So it's just like
the best friend he'll ever had.
Takes the biggest shit.
Yeah.
You know? So it's as like a woman, I'm like, oh my God, gross. You're such a gross boy already.
Yeah.
But he's got the right stuff mixed in that I think we're going to be okay.
And how much in terms of like division of labor? Because does your husband work from home also?
Mm-hmm.
How do you guys sort of like divide up who does what?
Well, my job, I'm much more like self-employed, where he is like he works at home, but he has
there's a man
he has
that
deadlines.
He reports
like,
to.
He's got things he's got to do. So I would say like he would admit I am the default parent.
Yeah.
But when he is able to, he is doing it all.
Yeah.
Like since the day my son was born, I didn't breastfeed. I did formula from the get. And my husband did every other feeding. He alternated every feeding. We alternate every morning who gets up and who can lay in bed until 7:45. So like we are still
7:45?
Yeah, I know, a dream. I know.
What is that?
Every other day I lay in bed and he brings me coffee in bed.
You know what? I'm going to have to edit this out because it's just going to make people mad.
I know. But
That honestly might be the most incendiary thing you've said today.
I know, right? I lay in bed till 7:45 on TikTok
Every other day.
every other day.
Unbelievable.
If my husband could, he would be like a stay-at-home dad. Like he loves he's a great dad.
And what's your biggest recurring fight or argument, disagreement?
Oh, definitely division of labor.
Isn't that so interesting?
It is. I mean, I think that I think we share, and all women share an experience of mothers of the invisible load.
Yeah.
And I truly think men and women have such different brains that they are incapable of understanding what our experience is around this. Men are so much better at compartmentalizing than women. And I think that's actually like a real thing, like biologically. I don't think that's like sexist, but maybe it is. They can't understand. I think my husband's experience is that he genuinely is sharing the burden, where my experience is like, LOL.
You're being delegated part of the burden.
Correct.
By me, who's holding all of the burden.
Right.
But I think that's really valuable for people to hear, because even the husband who's alternating days and doing this, 7:45 coffee run and whatever it is, there's still a tension there.
Oh, always. And I one of my best friends is a therapist, and I'll ask her, like, tell me it's all men. Tell me. And she's marriage and family, and she's like, yeah, this is like all of them.
But what I'm so interested in is, like, for our friends who are in same-sex relationships, or our friends who might be in like a non-binary relationship, there still ends up being this dynamic that prevails, right? So like a friend of mine, he and his husband, he's like, I'm the primary parent. It's actually where I learned the term was from him, because I had always heard it's like, oh, like the mom's in charge or whatever. But he was the first person who introduced this idea that like I'm the primary parent. Mm-hmm. And so part of me is like, is it some force of wills, and it's like one of us will buckle first? You know what I mean?
Game of chicken.
It's just a big fucking game of chicken. Like, if I'm so curious what would happen if I just let everything in my house go and just let it all go to shambles. What would happen?
Everyone would be okay.
Everyone would be okay.
It just wouldn't be the way you want it to be.
Right.
And that's like, there's going to be things that are going to not be up to
the Whitney Wagner standard. So I guess the point is, back to your friend, the therapist, you have to ask her the question, is it all women?
I know, I really do now.
Know what I mean?
I'm so curious, because I've always been like, life would be so much easier if I was a lesbian. Maybe it would be.
I think that might be true. Like, I feel fine about saying that, actually.
I think so, too.
And maybe it's like life would be easier if you're in a same-sex relationship, because maybe there's like a relational thing. I don't know.
Well, I mean, same brains.
Yeah. But I also think that if you just spend so much time with one person, regardless of genitalia or orientation, you're just going to fight with them no matter what.
Yeah, you have roles. You establish roles in your relationship from the get.
Yeah.
And I've always been like, little mommy. Let me take
you a mamacita?
I'm a mommy. Little mommy. Yeah, so I think like now, though, I'm like, you fucking do the laundry.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like, I always say, I'm like, what would happen? He's like, it would get done. It'd just be like, there would be like so many dishes in the sink and no clean clothes.
Right.
But like everyone would be okay.
Fine. Yeah.
I'm like, okay, well, being alive is like, being okay is like the least. Okay, we need clean clothes. We need clean dishes. We need food.
Yeah, I know. And that's the problem, is we just need to lower our standards. If that's what I want people to get out of today.
Do it. Is that the takeaway?
No.
Lower your standard?
No, the takeaway is that if you are sitting in a lobby in a hotel in New York, Joshua Jackson will not approach you if you look like a drowned winter rat in a trash bag.
If your husband doesn't let you take off your wedding ring,
red flag.
To get hit on.
Divorce, maybe.
Yeah, by another man. Find a new husband.
So we've just got 5-year-olds. This will be the last question I ask. What are you sort of the next 5? He'll be 10.
Ugh.
We got a while. What are you hoping for this guy? What sort of, for when you like think about him and the work that you're putting into him living this life and making sure his laundry's done and all this shit, what's the like, how do you know that you're doing a good job in 5 years from now?
If I still get the same feedback that I get now from him or from people who know him, I will be happy, because we have new school year, new classmates, and a parent told me that they asked their child about each kid in the class, and they got to Wilder, and she said, Wilder is always nice to everyone. And if I can just always have my child be nice to everyone, not like don't get walked all over, but be kind, then I will just be like, I'm happy. As long as he is happy and kind, that's it.
That's it.
I've done my job.
So that's like a decent order.
I mean, it seems very easy, but that is like...
It's the hardest thing.
Kind and happy.
Yeah. And for all of the brands listening right now, don't be scared of a liberal wellness queen. She's got a lot to say. She's an absolute stone cold fox. She'll represent you well. Don't be shy. Like, let's be brave in our marketing dollars, everybody.
I think we just need to start being braver in general.
I think we just need to be brave.
Be braver?
Yeah.
Is that a word?
That feels good. Thank you for coming. This was so much fun.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I think the friend date went well.
Do you think it went well, guys? Team, I need your help. If you love it here, please like and leave a review on your favorite podcast platform. Subscribe to the Substack for full access to this episode's show notes and join the discussion. And of course, follow me on Instagram at Mutha, MUTHA.life for a daily look at all things Mutha. Thanks for listening. Be sure to tune in next week for another Chat in the Closet. This podcast was produced by Mutha Life, music by Ronan Landa. See you next time.